Reviews. Use just it, I review it, and welcome back to my Road to Christmas. And this is Brody.
Hi.
Today we are continuing the Road to Christmas by taking a look at the second film in the Santa Claus series, Santa Claus 2, The Mrs. Claus from 2002.
Once upon a wintry Christmas Eve, the stillness of the night was broken by the strange and wondrous vision of a fat, jolly figure in red. With a hearty ho-ho-ho, he stepped gracefully from his sleigh, slipped on a patch of ice, and blurted out a few words he doesn't ordinarily use. Oi! Then a new Santa took over. He's made a few changes at the North Pole. And Christmas will never be the same.
Relax. I have everything under control.
Tim Allen returns.
We need an elf in here. Clean this thing up.
Santa Claus 2.
So Santa Claus 2, The Mrs. Claus, was released in 2002, and it takes place 8 years after the original. Scott Calvin, once again played by Tim Allen, is now the new Santa Claus, and he enjoys his job as Santa. However, they may all be on the line when Bernard and Curtis, the new elf, explain to Santa there's one note he missed when he found the car in the first movie, and that clause is...
Mrs.
Yes, the Mrs. Claus. It's now he must find a wife to continue this new clause and get married. But he has to get married before Christmas Eve, otherwise his power will go away and he'll stop being Santa Claus. While that's going on, Curtis makes a toy Santa take over his job, but this toy Santa becomes delusional, thinks he's the real Santa, and decides the whole world is naughty and tries to give the whole world coal. While that's going on, Scott returns to Earth and finds out his son Charlie, who's now a teenager, is a bit rebellious now and not really a fan of Christmas. That's all due to the fact that there's a principal at his school, Principal Carol Newman, who isn't very kind at times, but as the film goes on, Scott and her start to warm up to each other and a bit of romance blooms. So, will Scott be able to get Carol to fall in love with him and stop the toy Santa, or will this Christmas just end up badly? This movie is really interesting and continuing where the first one left off. And if you're wondering, it took them 8 years to make a follow-up, why is that? Well, the reason is very simple. You see, Tim Allen had to go through various degrees of makeup in the first movie, and that took a toll on him, and he had a hard time focusing. So, it took him 8 years to make this, because that's how long it took for him to recuperate after the whole event. Which that makes sense to you, right?
Yeah.
Now, the characters are really well done here, especially the returning cast. Tim Allen is really great as Santa. You know how in the first film he was kind of grumpy and not really great? This time around, well, he enjoys being Santa Claus, and you can see the urgentness to get his job back. In fact, I really thought that this movie, when I first started this film, I thought it was going to be like him losing his job as Santa Claus and he had to get it back somehow. That's not entirely the case. Bernard is a great character, making a return, and I love the addition of Curtis. He's a great character, and especially for a 900, and the fact that he's played by a 9-year-old, and he's supposed to be 900 years old, just makes it a lot funnier that he's a little irresponsible. Charlie is a great character too, and making him a teenager helps that he would be a little rebellious and not really get into the holiday that much. But the toy Santa is an interesting villain. He's not entirely just evil. He's just this very confused toy who really does think he's Santa Claus. And I will give Tim Allen some credit. He has to play both the main Santa and Scott Calvin and this toy Santa, who is really funny, by the way. Then it's kind of hard to make Tim Allen as a toy funny. Well, second time around. First time around, it's fun. But when you try to make him a toy in a different movie. Anyway. Now, the effects are improved a bit. We get to see more of the North Pole, and the CGI, once again, is not that great. But it was 2002. This is when CGI was starting to get better. But at the same time, it's kind of goofy to look at. So, great movie. It's another good follow-up to the Santa Claus. I give it about an 8 out of 10. Brody, what do you give it?
9 out of 10.
Great. However, this was not the last of the Santa Claus movies. There's one more Santa Claus film to go, and only 23 days left. So join us next time as tomorrow we take a look at the third Santa Claus film, Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause. Until then, see you next time.